Welcome to another episode of Tales from Tatooine podcast. I'm Jacob.
I'm Fish.
And today, in celebration of less than 2 weeks...
less than 2 weeks.
Before The Last Jedi comes out, we are going to take a break from our serious theories, and we're going to go over our top 20 insane Star Wars theories.
There's some shit out there. I don't know where people come up with some of this stuff.
Some of it's almost brilliant if it wasn't just so wrong.
Yeah.
Just so absolutely wrong. And I guess you can't really blame them. You know, sometimes it's fun to speculate. I don't think all of them are serious.
Yeah, there's a few, and they even said, in their video, I don't actually believe this, but if I don't say something and it ends up being true, I'm going to feel like an asshole.
Right.
So, okay, well, you feel like an asshole.
Our special host today, R2D2. Say hello. But as we'd like to do, we're going to go over this week's news. So, here's the news. So this week, again, because we're getting so close to the release of The Last Jedi, news is starting to come out at more of a trickle. No big reveals. It's all little things. Mostly fun. This week, for instance, Mark Hamill hinted that there's going to be a big reveal in The Last Jedi, which everyone expects, whether it's Rey's parentage or it's Snoke's identity.
It's going to be one of those two.
Hell, we're going to find out Finn's a fucking Skywalker, too.
Oh, my God.
Who knows?
Is that in here? Did I get that
one? We all expected this. Everyone really does believe that The Last Jedi is going to be their version of Empire. And you can't beat a reveal like Vader being Luke's father.
Yeah, no.
They can try. It won't. But he just tweeted out that he finds it very important that everyone go as long as they can keeping their mouth shut. Which they should anyway, because spoilers are
Spoilers are the devil.
They're the worst thing you can do to people.
Don't do that.
Especially if you're going to one of those early 6 p.m. screenings on Thursday.
Yeah,
you're getting out before most people aren't even there
until late Friday through the weekend.
Not every theater has early screenings, people. Sometimes you actually have to wait until midnight. So he wants everyone to avoid spoilers, and we have to agree with that. Just don't do it, people. Just don't do it. An $800 Millennium Falcon Lego set.
Why do we not have that?
Because we're poor podcasters.
Oh, yeah. We don't make money doing this yet.
Sold out.
Gone.
Which is crazy. Well, I guess it's not that crazy. They had the Death Star set, same price. Sell out.
It's sold out right away, but now you can go get it, no problem.
Yeah. So it'll probably be available in a month. But that's crazy to think about. I don't really do Legos, but if I did, oh man, waiting list.
I want that
so
hard.
fast. Have a whole
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. There's a big controversy around Battlefront 2. This gambling controversy, not only in the United States, but France, saying that their loot crate is a form of gambling. And there's a big thing. EA pretty much rolled back a bunch of stuff they were doing because people were pissed. And I don't blame them.
Even Disney got pissed.
Yeah, it was...
told them to at least cut it back.
I guess we can't be too surprised, Video game companies want to make money, but the campaign was really short on this game, and they were kind of... It was more like a tease for a lot of people. But
yeah, I don't know. Microtransactions don't belong in console games. If you want to play a game like that, download something onto your phone.
Apps totally get.
Yeah.
Console games, I understand DLC. I don't like, just in general, the way DLC is going.
Right.
If you're not giving me at least another, 10 to 15 hours.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay.
That's $10 worth of money for me.
Yeah.
But if you're giving me here's a new character, get out of here.
Yeah. No.
What? That's just wrong. We're getting tons of TV spots.
Yeah.
Tons of TV spots.
How much more new footage are they going to give us?
As I said, I'm fairly certain it's because they made us wait so long for that second trailer that they're like making up for it.
Constantly let down. Here's a trailer. Nope, just kidding.
Yeah, lots of TV spots. This week we saw Chewbacca push a porg off
abusing a porg.
Little Chewbacca on porg violence, which is hilarious. Yeah. I mean, we know that Chewbacca's going to find that little thing that gets onto his ship super annoying.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be fun. I mean, of course, we know porgs exist strictly as a means of money.
Oh, yeah.
We know they want
for the franchise, the merchandise.
Which is no surprise. I'll take porgs over Jar Jar any day.
No, I'll take anything over Jar Jar.
The idea that he hates it is probably going to be pretty funny. What else? Oh, we're supposedly getting a new trailer on ABC.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
It'd be a day after or day before this episode airs. For those watching our new Twitter live stream of us podcasting, it'll be coming out in 2 days. November 30th, ABC supposed to be airing. It's a 90-second trailer with new footage.
That's a lot of footage.
That's so. I don't think it's gonna be 90 seconds of new footage, but it's gonna have
like a little clip of something new.
If I had to predict, knowing Disney, it's gonna have about 10 seconds of new footage, which I'll take.
Still, that's a lot.
I mean, just from the TV spots, those little 1 second, 2 second snippets, help build the picture up, which is really nice. Empire released a series of light side, dark side covers for The Last Jedi. See, it's cool that companies, newspapers, or I guess magazines, are releasing like these sets of Star Wars things that look amazing. They just look absolutely fantastic. I mean, who doesn't want to own them and frame them just to have them? And these ones come with posters in themselves.
Inside, yeah.
Which is amazing.
Collector cards that are, exclusive.
Yeah. I like that there's like cool collector stuff happening. Mm-hmm. I went and looked at some calendars at the mall. And they had like two sets. One set was all 11 by 17 posters.
Nice.
With detachable calendar parts. And then another one was like old advertisement style posters.
Okay.
But they came with removable 8 by 10 mini posters, one for the Rebel Alliance, one for the Empire. It's pretty dope.
So we should have these?
We should have these for the clubhouse. Clubhouse for sure.
The best clubhouse ever.
But it's just fun to see like these companies catering to the fans, giving us a little bit of something, a little extra. It's really nice that you can kind of feel excited for. You just get really into the mood to, get up into the Star Wars business. And we're getting so close to Last Jedi. Every little thing that keeps us pumped. I mean, pump level is 9,000 right now. But those little bits, you're just like, okay.
Keep fueling that fire.
Yeah. It just gets us through the hard part, which is the last weeks, days. That Thursday is going to be torture.
Oh, my God.
And that was the news this week. Again, nothing spectacular. No surprise there. Hopefully this trailer does drop. And we'll be talking about it next week. But let's move on into our 20 crazy Star Wars theories. So this week we thought it'd be fun to take a break from the serious theories and kind of discuss crazy Star Wars theories. So Fish and I both looked up 10 theories that we thought were just absolutely either insane or hilarious or just ridiculous in general. And we haven't told each other which ones we picked. So that way they can be a surprise. And there are a lot out there. So we're going to go over a few of them. But of course, we teased it in our Instagram. We have to talk about it first. Darth Jar Jar. Oh, man. So of all the crazy theories, and we have some crazy ones, in all of Star Wars lore, this one has to be by far the most insane, but also the most funny.
Probably because he's partially the most ridiculous character to ever come out of the Star Wars galaxy.
So bad. I mean, I'll take, as we said, porgs to sell money, that's one thing. Jar Jar, come on.
No.
She knows. So the theory is that Jar Jar Binks, the incompetent Gungan that he is actually a secret Sith Lord, working with Palpatine to bring down the Republic.
A Sith Lord.
The Sith Lord. I mean, so powerful.
I'm pretty sure Palpatine would be smart enough not to use a complete fucking buffoon.
Yeah. And it all stems from, like, things where he's in battles and he's not dying. That's kind of it. And then, of course,
lucky.
He's lucky. And he's a kid's character.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be goofy and dumb and not get shot in the brains.
Comedic relief and to sell fucking toys.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to get it with Porgs in The Last Jedi, but he was
At
the
least
prequels.
They're cuter.
They're cute, and they're not racist.
They don't talk.
They don't talk. All the good things. But his contributing to the fall of the Republic is also part of why they think he's like this secret Sith Lord. But of course, absolutely ridiculous. We had to get it out of the way. It's probably the most popular, crazy Star Wars theory.
Yeah, since Star Wars theory started.
Yeah. So now that that's out of the way, I'll let you start us off.
Okay, so I got Snoke is Mace Windu. It's been one of my favorite ridiculous theories.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, and the facts that they use to back this up are kind of ridiculous. Like, they're both bald.
That's a hell of an argument.
Yeah. And Mace is still alive because Jedi can fall from great heights and not die, and Force lightning has never killed anybody in all of Star Wars. Therefore, Mace Windu is still alive.
And yet he fell miles. Miles. Not a couple stories.
Yeah.
Miles.
Yeah.
Miles. And miles. I remember seeing that one. And I'm not surprised because the internet is so insane.
Oh, and Finn is his son. And
well,
Finn is Force sensitive.
Okay. That's no. They're like, well, we have 3 black characters in all the galaxy.
Only one. Possible.
They have to be related. Oh. Star Wars. My first one that I found is titled Rey is a Vessel. Now, the theory itself, the idea isn't what's crazy. The theory breaks down from the very beginning. So, the idea is she's a vessel for the Force ghost, kind of another Force user. In this instance, Palpatine. Now, the theory, and this, I have to tell everyone, was posted like a week ago. This is not an old theory, okay? This person, about a week ago, this is what they said. They said that Palpatine kidnapped Rey. I know. Let me finish. Palpatine kidnapped Rey, took kind of like Voldemorted himself, and put himself into her, and that's why she doesn't have memory. And then he left her on Jakku. Now, some of you might be saying, oh, well, if she's strong, she might be a vessel for this kind of power, kind of like a Horcrux, whatever. I must tell you, Palpatine died 15 years before she was born. Now, this person, just a Reddit user, they didn't say that someone took Palpatine's soul or whatever and did this.
He did.
That Palpatine himself did it.
So did he not die? They
didn't even go into that. Palpatine's dead, people.
Yeah, and been dead a very long time.
So that was my first one, and it's so ridiculous because this person didn't even do a smidgen. And reading through the comments, they were pretty serious. So cheers to them.
Okay then. My second one. You're done?
Mm-hmm.
The Snoke is a youngling. And there's a lot of these out there. I specifically like this one particular one that I found. And they said that this is possible because when Anakin goes to kill the younglings, he lets that one live to take him under his wing and train him.
Oh my
how
God.
He wants to. And then he grows up and becomes Snoke.
So he instantly becomes a Sith apprentice and takes on an apprentice.
Yeah.
The best part about this theory is the meme that comes with it.
Yes.
We showed it in episode 1.
Can we show it again?
We're going to show it right here again. It is so damn funny. And it looks just like him. I love it. I love that theory. That's my favorite Star Wars theory ever. I love it.
Yeah.
Theory number 4. Yeah? We're on number 4 now? I don't even know.
Yes, you are. You're on. I'm on 3 here.
Number 4. Rey is actually Anakin's mother. So it's kind of like Terminator rules here. So Rey goes back in time. So in this, so she's from a timeline where Palpatine is emperor. Darth Vader doesn't exist. He's alive. He's taken over. There's like this crazy galactic empire that's destroying the whole galaxy. So she goes
that sounds good.
Back in time and births Anakin to bring balance back to the Force. I don't know how she knows that Anakin would bring balance to the Force from her parallel universe in which she's part of the Empire. I don't know. But that Shmi is Rey. And their evidence, of course, was a side-by-side photo where they look exactly the same or whatever, which they don't look anything alike. Not to mention they don't have accents that are the same. And there's no time travel. There's no time travel in Star Wars. Even Terminator rules. It just doesn't happen, people. So whatever. I just don't get some people sometimes. It's a fun theory. I'll give them that. But just so insane. How would she know that she needs to go back in time? In Terminator, they know because John Connor already exists. Like, the timeline is the same because she goes back.
Not in a parallel.
I guess this is more like Back to the Future timeline. Little tweaks and changes. So dumb. Theory 5.
My 3.
Your 3. Theory 5 overall.
Sure.
Let's just do it that way. I don't even know anymore.
Theory something.
Next theory.
Snoke is Anakin's mom.
Snoke is Anakin's mom. His mom.
His mom.
Not even dad.
No. Mom.
Sweet. And I mean, we don't know if Snoke's a man.
It was like a 5 or 6 minute long video, and the only evidence the guy had was that they have a similar face.
Dude, what is with people in these like superficial comparisons?
Like, that was literally it. It was the strangest video. I'm gonna send it to you. It was
please send it. I need to watch that. That's God bless the internet. Theory 6. Rey has been on Jakku for a long time. She's not 18 or 19.
Oh.
She wasn't born in 15 years after the fall of the Empire. She has been there as like a Force sensitive forever. Now, they weirdly stated, so I'll give you the title. What if Rey has been waiting on Jakku for a very, very long time, as in hundreds or thousands of years, and she might be as old as the First Order itself? What? The First Order is young as shit. It's only been around for like a decade.
Yeah, so she is older than the First Order. Maybe they meant the Galactic Empire.
I don't know. They said First Order several times in their article.
Oh, wow.
So again, I think it was just one of those instances of people who just don't Star Wars very well.
Or at all.
Or at all. Who just like, I heard this thing called the First Order. It's ancient. But no, they... Not everyone could be an ancient being who just comes in The Last Jedi. Next thing you know, they're going to say Luke Skywalker is thousands of years old, and he was frozen in kryptonite.
Oh, yes.
Or carbonite, sorry.
No, kryptonite.
Kryptonite. Let's just go back. He's been sitting in green
mix
stones.
Universes.
And this is their segue into the DC
into
universe.
the Marvel DC universe.
No, she's not ancient. She's a teenager, which I'm going to do it again this week. You're going to get the Darth Vader voice. I guess you're going to be R2 voice.
Beeps.
We're just going to do the beeps. We're going to wait for you to stop with the beeps. There you go. Yeah, the idea that she's ancient is so ridiculous. And again, I have to reiterate that these theories, most of them that I pulled up, are at least within the last year. You know, they're not pre-Force Awakens. They're not old. You know, oh, they're making a new trilogy. Let's come up with crazy ideas. Oh, there's this character named Rey, and there's this thing called the First Order. Let's speculate. No, I think this one. I'm gonna pull up the date right now. Okay, let's see here. This one was posted 2 months ago.
Oh, Christ.
2 months ago. Shame on you, Reddit user. Shame on you. Insane.
Okay.
Next theory.
Next.
Number 6.
This is a good one. Leia is Snoke.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, and this whole time it's been this big facade, and that she has witnessed so much turmoil, and that she thinks that she's just going to go ahead and take matters into her own hand. And she's been manipulating and controlling everybody using the dark side of the Force for decades. Yeah.
So was she Snoke, like, before the fall of the Empire? Like, she's been doing it for so long, or is like the fall of the Empire, she's like, you know what?
Yeah, and
you know what we need? We need another empire.
She's looking for Luke because she thinks in destroying him would bring the balance to the Force.
I like that last part. Like, she goes over the deep end. Luke is getting all this attention, even though she's fought for the Resistance her whole life. The balance doesn't really become achieved, and there's still all this war. And she's like, you know what? I gotta do something. Goes full evil scientist.
Yeah, and they say like she found like a holocron or something like that, where she learned how to develop these powers because she's Force sensitive. Said that she pushed Han away, so that she can show Ben the ways of the dark side without him knowing. And that her face is actually all fucked up like Snoke's, but she uses she clouds everybody's vision or whatever with the dark side to make her look normal. And that's why she uses fucking hologram or whatever, because then she can make Snoke look like however she wants to look like.
I guess this kind of fails in the fact that we know that Snoke is like a living thing now.
Yeah,
but that I like the idea of destroying Luke to bring balance. That's the idea of her going a little nuts is kind of fun.
That's pretty much what happened. Like she saw all this bad stuff happening around her, and she just snapped.
I like that one. Not the Snoke part. The rest of it.
Yeah.
The Snoke part is absolutely insane.
That's ridiculous.
All right. Theory number 7. So this one is probably one of the older ones I found. And it is, I think it came out before The Force Awakens came out, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure it's not. But this one is that Snoke is Kylo Ren. So there's a lot of who Snoke is, and for some reason they're always inserting Snoke is this character we already know. Snoke is the Emperor. Snoke is Darth Vader. Snoke is Kylo Ren. Snoke is Luke Skywalker. Snoke is Leia. Like Snoke is Jar Jar. Snoke is everyone. Maybe Snoke is everyone. Maybe he's pure Force essence, and he is in all of us. He's like Jesus. Anyway.
I feel violated.
The idea comes from Reddit. What a surprise. And it speculates that Snoke, it kind of works back. Like Kylo Ren exists, and then Kylo Ren gets so far into the dark side that he creates this being that embodies his dark side, and that being is Snoke. I don't know where they get the idea that this is even possible in the Star Wars universe. But it's crazy. Then there's like time travel aspect to it where like he's Kylo Ren in the future who goes back to teach Kylo Ren to be better.
Oh, you know what? I think I saw that in a video.
Yep. So yeah, it goes with the scar.
Yeah.
And their dark side, even it's almost frustrating if it wasn't so funny how insane these theories are. And they are insane. Mm-hmm. But they're funny. But they're so insane. It's like these people, they sit around on the internet and this is what they come up with.
How did they come up with this? I wanted to know like the stages of thought that leads them to this. To any of these.
Actually, I just looked it up. This particular theory was speculated 6 months ago. We had a trailer that showed Snoke as a being.
An fleshy form, not a hologram.
And their scars on a different side. They're on the different side of the face. They're not even the same side, guys.
And like Snoke's is farther up on the head, and
it's like 4 inches deep.
Yeah,
it's Kylo's is like this scratch.
It's a baby scratch. Burn.
And he's like, Snoke is 7 feet tall
and 9,000 years old.
Do you guys Star Wars? It's just one of those things. You can't help but laugh, but at the same time, you can't help but mourn Star Wars Online.
Yeah.
So God bless you, Reddit. God bless you. The next theory.
Finn was Kylo's apprentice.
No. I'm shutting this one down right now. We see the start of Finn.
Uh-huh. Okay, so the point's made. So in the beginning of Force Awakens, when they're invading the village and looking for the map, and Finn decides right then and there he's not going to kill this person. And Kylo is walking and stops and turns and stares at him. They're like, well, he would only be able to do that if he could sense the light side awakening inside Finn, because the Force Awakens means Finn. That his Jedi powers are awakening within him, or Sith, whatever. And so Kylo can sense that, so he stops and stares at him. I think Kylo just knows that he's not doing his job. Maybe. I don't know.
YouTuber who came up with this, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
No. See, this isn't even a fun one. This is just a negation of all that we see in Star Wars. No. I don't know why I'm so upset by this one. But this one genuinely upsets me. The idea that Kylo is just like, oh, ex-apprentice, how dare you? How dare you not kill this guy?
And he says, the emotion behind when he yells traitor at him when they're fighting, how he doesn't kill him, but instead just hurts him real bad instead of killing him. How he always knows that Finn is the traitor and is behind all these things before he actually knows or whatever. Knows his number by heart instead of just like some random trooper. Finn shows confidence with a saber and uses his anger, like all these just little teeny tiny things that you could pick out of the movie about just about anybody.
That already have better explanations.
Yeah.
Like Finn was trained by the First Order since he was a child.
Yeah.
And he's not competent with the fucking lightsaber.
No, he just
sucks at it.
swings it
He
around.
swings it around, and then he
Anybody
gets
could
his
do that.
ass almost cut in half.
Yeah. And he tells Maz at Maz's place that you don't know anything about me or what I've seen, and you don't know the First Order like I do, because he knows it more than anybody because he sees behind the scenes or something.
He's been with it for
his entire life.
His whole life. Of course he knows more about it. And the things he's seen, the First Order, they go around and they are implementing fear tactics to get star systems in line with them. Mm-hmm. Like, they're not this, oh, come join us, we're awesome. They're like, come join us, or guess what,
die.
we're going to fucking kill you. That's what they do. Of course he's seen horrible things. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it wasn't just like, oh, I'm not going to kill this first person that I'm supposed to kill. I think it was, I've probably killed people, like
and
Jason Bourne style, like they have to force you to kill someone if you're going to be part of the program.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that wasn't his first attempt at killing someone. He's probably been killing people since he was...
Yes. Itty bitty.
Can't see my hand.
Next theory. This one's fun. Obi-Wan had an affair with Amidala.
I've heard this before.
Yeah, so this one is a little bit older, but it doesn't have anything to do with that. And I will say, there's a lot of fun little bits of evidence in the video I watched. A lot of like sly looks and
little things,
little touches here and there, and the story is very interesting and kind of goes into crazy waters with he's really the father of Luke and Leia and all this kind of craziness, which we know is just not at all the case, but it's still kind of fun. But can you imagine, like, that would just, I mean, it'd be interesting, but it would just make the character of Obi-Wan just so much different.
So much. It would change his everything. I don't think he's that kind of guy.
No.
And he's so, like, strict on following the Jedi rules. He wouldn't have an affair.
Not an affair. I mean, we know he falls
with, like, his Padawan's lover.
Right. Like, I believe that he knew that Anakin was in love. I think he can sense that.
I think he knew right from the beginning.
And I think that he would have known who he was with and all this kind of stuff. And we know that Obi-Wan falls in love in the Clone Wars. We know that he's capable of that emotion. But the affair part, the affair part's what gets it. It's just like, no, not Obi-Wan. But that's pretty much the end of that one. There's really not a whole lot. It's a lot of sly touches and glances, and he, seems to care. He's Obi-Wan. He cares.
He's a caring soul. He's
a pretty nice guy. Next theory.
Rey is a Knight of Ren.
Like, now? Or was?
So it mentions her vision that she has when she touches lightsabers, sees the Knights of Ren or whatever. Mm-hmm. They say that that's more of a foreshadow or a foreseeing. It's the future, not the past or right now or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that there's one Knight of Ren kind of in the background who's holding a staff, who you could say has a female form or figure or whatever. It's kind of hard to tell. So
you mean it's hard to tell in the half-second snippet we get to see him?
Yeah, even when they freeze it, you can't really tell. So therefore, that's Rey. It has to be her because they have a staff and she had this vision. And that's pretty much it. That's all the evidence.
I mean, it can't be ruled out that she goes dark side and joins the Knights of Ren. But I doubt it.
Yeah. I mean, if you could give me more evidence, I could maybe think on this one, but there's nothing. She kind of maybe looks like the person in full costume and mask behind all these other dark figures.
I feel like that's the first theory we've heard that is even probable.
It is.
I mean, it's not going to happen.
Not going to.
And if it does, I'd be like,
give me more evidence, people, and we'll think about it.
I guess if I saw that happen in The Last Jedi for a moment, she like gets caught up in that whole thing, like peer pressure or whatever, I'd be like, okay.
All the other kids are doing it.
I mean, I wouldn't be upset so much by that one. Although it's not going to happen. But the idea is kind of fun, I guess. So, that's not so bad. Next theory. So believe it or not, this next theory is another Snoke is. This time, Darth Vader. Naturally.
Totally plausible.
I mean, you have to go the whole spectrum. This one, of course, superficial, as the rest of them. He's Darth Vader because they have similar scars. They're both bald, dark powers, etc., etc. Moving on. Next theory.
Okay, Snoke is Kylo from the future. There's no time travel in Star Wars.
Of all the things that I think would upset me if they introduce into Star Wars, like Rey being a Skywalker, time travel.
Time travel.
Man.
And like the evidence is so lacking. They have the same scar. No, they don't.
Nope.
The Ryan Johnson said that he will be using something totally new and introduce something new into the Star Wars universe that's never been done before. Automatically, it has to be time travel because so many of his other movies use time travel, so they assume that that's what it is.
Or, like we talked about last week, it's his new force power.
Yeah.
But
how about that?
Whatever. Let's not discuss that totally reasonable option.
Yeah.
Next theory. R2-D2 is a Sith.
I mean, he cusses a lot, and he's angry all the time, but that doesn't mean he's a Sith.
He's a very emotional droid. This one was, well, he's in every single movie. I think the theory, it would be more clearly titled R2-D2 is a Sith spy.
That would make more sense.
Yeah. Because that's kind of where the whole video goes. Not so much that he's like dark side. Can droids have powers in canon? I think they can in Legends. I don't know. But the idea is he's like this Sith spy that coincidentally gets paired up with Anakin and just goes from there. Even though like there's again so little evidence to even support this that the idea is just. I mean, it's fun, I guess. It's a fun theory, but you guys suck, internet.
Next. Jyn Erso, Rey's mother.
So I remember this one being a popular one when the first trailers for Rogue One dropped. And
it has to be connected.
There's always... It's just like the newest one that... the actress named Kira, I can't, Daenerys from Game of Thrones, who's in the Han Solo film. Her name's Kira, and because her name was Kira, this is not part of the crazy theories, but this is another crazy theory that ties into that. Because she is named Kira, and Rey's original name in the script was Kira, she's Rey's mother. Not all characters have to be connected.
Not all the movies have to be connected.
And... come on, people. Like, why something... Oh, the name. The fucking name.
They look alike.
They're women.
Okay, Star Wars isn't real. They're actors and actresses. They're
Wait a minute.
I know.
That's the craziest theory I've heard all day.
I know, calm down. Breathe.
Star Wars is totally real. I've been there. I've been to Star Wars.
I've been to Star Wars. Just because two actors or actresses look alike in the real world doesn't mean that they're connected in the Star Wars universe.
Yes, they are.
Because that's like the first thing on like almost all of these. They look alike.
They look alike. God bless them for looking alike.
Jyn Erso can give birth from the other side.
From the other... She's force ghosted.
Oh,
her
shit.
non-force self.
He solved it.
And birthed Rey. It makes perfect sense. This one's fun. This is my favorite theory I came across. Rey is a clone of... They cloned from Luke Skywalker's severed hand.
This ties in really well to my next one.
So the idea is when Darth Vader cuts off Luke's hand, someone in the Empire, probably Palpatine, said, hey, we need that. That's some good Jedi blood right there. And he gets it.
Someone
gets the
jump
hand.
down there and get that.
They get the hand, and they create clones from it. Rey is one of those clones. And so she's technically Skywalker because she's Luke Skywalker in female form, because we know when you clone, you can just change the sex. Well, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how that science works in Star Wars land. But yeah, the severed hand's the best part. It's like, of course they're going to take his severed hand and do something with it. And that's how they get the lightsaber back too and all that kind of stuff. But my favorite theory so far. And I would accept that in the movie. It's so insane that if they're like...
Don't say that.
I can't help but say, because it would just be so funny that the depression that sets in from that, it would be like one of those laughing fits as I walk out of the theater as I go insane. Like, it's just so funny and crazy. God. So, yes, I accept this challenge, Disney. to your insane clone theory.
Don't ever.
And it fits in because we've had clones before. So they're like, oh, that's one of the reasonable. They're just, we know they clone. Palpatine probably tried to clone himself, et cetera, et cetera. And we kind of discussed cloning in our Palpatine episode. Uh-huh. Next theory.
Rey is Anakin.
Not Darth Vader.
No. Anakin.
Like she's...
Because she picks up on the Force quickly. Kylo can't control Rey, but is the one that he's been waiting for. It's a Force-assisted reincarnation. Because this is also a popular thing in Star Wars theory, reincarnation. And time travel. Why?
So he dies.
Yeah.
He gets Force ghosted at the end of Return. Mm-hmm. And then he reincarnates himself. Is he not a Force ghost anymore?
Correct.
He's Rey.
Yeah. And they say that this would be fulfilling the prophecy because Anakin's the chosen one.
I like that.
But that's it. There's no actual solid evidence. They're just that.
Oh. Reincarnation. I did come across a lot of reincarnation. Mostly it's reincarnations of Palpatine. A lot of Palpatines. I read Finn. I read Kylo. Now Kylo almost makes sense when they described it because of the proximity of his birth and Palpatine's death. Mm-hmm. But overall, it's still just a little bit lazy. But I digress. Bring it on, Disney. I don't care anymore. Just make her a Skywalker, and then you can do all kinds of stuff, because guess what? I just don't care about Star Wars anymore. I'm going to burn it all on the ground. Next theory. So this one's actually pretty common, almost universally accepted. Not so much crazy as it is just so hilariously wrong. And it's that the Ewoks eat stormtroopers. Which
why not?
Why not? And a few things, of course, that we know. They do eat people, or at least they attempt to eat people. They try to eat Luke and Han and all them.
You got all these fresh bodies laying all over the place. Why not have a barbecue?
And then there's this scene where they're celebrating and they're using stormtrooper helmets as drums.
Yeah, and they've got some on sticks and stuff.
So, of course, why not?
Yeah.
Where'd they get it? I doubt that they're just walking around. They're like, hey, let's take all this armor and leave these bodies.
Yeah, no, they took the bodies.
They took the bodies, and then they roasted them.
Yes.
And then they ate them.
That big, glorious festival at the end.
And you're telling me the heroes of Star Wars didn't eat along with them? You're telling me that Luke Skywalker didn't eat a couple of stormtroopers? Oh, he did.
We did.
They Hannibaled that shit.
Oh, yeah.
So hard.
Fancy little plates. Drizzle.
Little cherry drizzle on there.
Oh, yeah.
Little Endorian cherries. Old theory, but totally true.
This is probably
not even a theory.
My favorite one.
This is a fact. Canon. Ewoks eat people.
Yes.
They are not cuddly little creatures. They are monsters. Next theory.
This is my last and favorite Snoke theory. Snoke was a stormtrooper. And the guy said this because Snoke has to be somebody that we've already seen in some movie, okay? And he's like, oh, well, it's
God,
not
I hope
Luke,
you're going where I
and
think
it's
you're
not
going.
Obi-Wan, and it's not, he's like, it's not any of these people. It's a stormtrooper. And he says specifically, the scout trooper that Luke fights on Endor, and he smashes into the fucking tree and explodes. That motherfucker lives and is stuck on Endor. And when he wakes up, of course, everybody's gone. The battle's gone, and he's all fucked up. His armor's all melted to him, and he's got this big gash in his head, and he looks up, and he sees the fucking Death Star explode, and he's traumatized, and he's stuck on Endor, and he spends all this time filling himself with hate, and when the Death Star explodes, it releases all this dark side energy into the universe that he absorbs, because he's a scout trooper.
So he's almost like a reincarnation of Palpatine then.
Sure.
I read almost the exact same theory, except this one was the stormtrooper that bumps his helmet in A New Hope. It scars him so much that he goes on to become the ruler of the First Order. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I love the internet. Yes. And what's funny is, this is just a teasing of the insane theories that are out there.
There's so many out there.
All the surviving characters. I've read one that was like Qui-Gon's still alive. I read one that Maul was really a Jedi spy.
I saw that one, yeah.
I read that Yoda died on purpose so he can fill Luke with his light side power. Lots of crazy theories. But most of them are just not okay.
People just like, there's like, I don't know. I would like to know how people come up with some of this.
I just think they're like, let's take this character and let's make them the same character. Insert reincarnation time travel here.
Yes. Because reincarnation, time travel, everything.
I kind of blame the prequels with their immaculate conception of Anakin, and now people think like all kinds of crazy shit's possible. But the reality is, the new trilogy is going to try and get rid of that mentality. They don't want everyone to be all like midichlorians forever.
We don't like midichlorians.
And that's understandable. I mean, the prequels, they
put a sour taste
in people's mouth. And I mean, there's a lot of good points, and we're not going to get into a prequel episode this time, but there's a lot of good things about the prequels. But there's so many bad things that this new trilogy is trying to get rid of, and we're seeing it with this reintroduction of like the spiritual side of the Force, with this whole kyber crystal connection, this whole ancient beings that the Force exists as a whole, etc., etc. There's a lot of like little things that they're trying to be like, you know what? It's not just purely biological.
Yes, thank God.
You can be without midichlorians, or at least have very little midichlorians, and still be connected with the Force, and etc. So I think a lot of people are just trying to connect the dots to try and make it makes more sense with. You okay? Just try to make sense of what we already know with what's happening now, and I don't blame them. I guess there's comfort in similar things, but I digress. So this has been a very interesting podcast. I know it's not a whole lot. We're gonna bring an awesome episode next week.
Special guest star.
We're having a special guest, Ben from Nerd Church Radio. It's going to be joining us, and we're going to be discussing our predictions for The Last Jedi, which comes out in less than 2 weeks. I'm so excited. I could punch a baby in the face. But thankfully, I don't have a baby around to do that to. As always, we love your feedback. You can post some comments of the crazy theories that you believe or come across. And then we can discuss them and tell you how much of an insane person you are. And then you can tell us how much of insane people we are. You can follow us on social media here. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We love...
Click that button.
Click the button. As always, keep up on Twitter and stuff where we post new articles as they arrive. We're also going to be starting this whole new Twitter live feed thing every now and then to try and just give you an inside look of the Tales from Tatooine podcast, because we're super stoked on what we do, and we hope you're super stoked on what we do, because we get a lot of enjoyment out of just talking Star Wars with you guys.
All 5 of you.
All 5 of you amazing people who we probably know in real life who are just being nice. Thank you so much for your continued patronage of our radio show. I know. Thank you so much for tolerating our co-host.
She's not happy today.
Not having a good day.
The only thing that he was ever good for.